This week we look at number 11 in our series studying the book of Isaiah, and this one's entitled Waging Love. And of course that's in contrast to waging war. Jesus came here to wage love, to defeat the devil and all his lies by demonstrating what God is like through his character of love, through that gracious, kind, forgiving love. That trustworthy love that is spoken about in the Old Testament, the love in all its forms that's spoken of through the Greek in the New Testament, love in its absolute foundational, meaningful sense, not in the way that we tend to talk about love so casually today. Jesus came to demonstrate love in action. And in Isaiah 55, we're given Isaiah 55 and Isaiah 58 as our study for this time. What happened to the ones in between? Sadly, they're missed. Go back and read them, look at them, don't miss anything, because it's all there and it's all important. But this is a great invitation here in Isaiah 55. This is from God himself. Come, every one of you who's thirsty, come and drink the water. And then immediately your mind rushes over to Jesus standing up there in that festival saying, come everybody, and I will give you this living water. He says the same thing to the Samaritan woman at the well. Don't worry about this physical water. I can give you the water that leads to eternal life. And she says, oh, that's the water I want. I wouldn't have to come back here. Not really understanding what Jesus is saying, but this living water that means so much, especially in that dry, desolate climate where you really do need water to survive. Come and drink the water. Then there's another image. Come and eat. You who don't have money, come. You can buy and eat. You just said that you don't have any money, but if you don't have money, it doesn't matter. Come and buy. How can you buy without money? God is saying you don't have to pay for this. Come and buy wine and milk. You don't need money. There's no cost. There is no cost. This is talking about God's gracious gift of salvation. There is no cost. Underline those words, because we always want to pay. We always want to make it some kind of transaction, some deal, some business that we deal with God. We do something, so he has to do something, this contract idea. No, that's not what it's all about at all. There is no cost to our salvation that we can pay. We can't, even if we had everything. You remember what it says in Micah, shall I give rivers of oil? Shall I even give my firstborn? No, that doesn't work. And it won't be like that. I remember one lady in hospital who had a really bad stroke, incapacitated, could hardly speak, asking me, if I gave all my money to the church, do you think God would heal me? No, this isn't what God is asking for. This isn't what he's demanding. He wants to give us his free gift of healing. Not like any kind of physician in this world who is going to charge you. No, he's saying, I will give this to you because I love you and I want to heal you and I want you to be whole again and home together with me. And then he asks this question in verse 2. Why are you spending money on what isn't food? And why do you work for something that doesn't satisfy? And that is so true for all of us here today, isn't it? Listen carefully to me. Eat what is good and you'll enjoy the very best food. Come here, pay attention so you can truly live. I'm going to make an agreement with you that will last forever based on the trustworthy love I showed to David and so on. This hesed in the Hebrew, this trustworthy love that is so faithful, loyal. You can't deny it because God is always faithful. Well, there's so much here. We don't even really have time to get to all the rest of it there. Let's just take a quick look at Isaiah 58 as well. And this is talking about what we should do. Don't end up in a legalistic observance. Verse 5, I'm just picking this out really at random. Is this the kind of fast I want when people act out their humility by bowing their heads down like a reed and lying around in sackcloth and ashes? Is that what you call a fast? A day that the Lord appreciates? You know, this whole idea of putting yourself down. No, this is the fast I want. Set free those who have been unjustly imprisoned. Untie the cords of the yoke used to burden people. Set free those who are oppressed and get rid of every form of abuse. Share your food with the hungry. Take the poor and homeless into your house when you see people naked. Give them your clothes. And don't reject your own relatives. I mean, so much we could say about that. Talk about a social gospel. Yes, it's there. Do good to those around you and don't simply be a religious bigot, a hypocrite. God is pleading with us to do the same as he does, to wage love and represent him before all around us.